Hello and welcome to this special edition coming your way from Nile TV International regarding the presidential activities of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on the second day of Eid al-Fitr and the visits paid by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to both Saudi Arabia and Bahrain for today, where President al-Sisi met the King of Bahrain and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and to be shedding more light on such an important day and the visits that took place for today, I'm honored to be having with me over the phone Mr. Ahmed Kattab, the political analyst. Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much for being with us tonight on Nile TV International.
Thank you to all of you, and it's my pleasure to be with you. And first of all, happy Eid Fitr to all of you and all of the Egyptian and all of the Arab and the Muslim and all over the world.
The pleasure is all mine. Of course, we will be shedding more light on the importance of the visit of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, first of all to Bahrain and then to Saudi Arabia. How do you see the objectives of those visits for today?
First of all, let me, by the name of all Egyptian citizens, send a special thanks for our President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for the great effort done and the great effort and visit to all GCC country in last week. Saturday, our President Sisi make a visit to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. President Sisi are firm support for Gulf states in a visit to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia today. Our President Fattah Sisi paid a brief personal visit to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, reaffirming Egypt's full support for Gulf states aimed at current regional tension and its rejection of attacks targeting their security and stability. In Bahrain, President Sisi held talks with King Ahmed bin Isa Al Khalifa, who expressed Egypt's solidarity with kingdom in light of current development and condemned attacks targeting its territory. He reviewed Egypt's diplomatic efforts to de-escalate tension and end the ongoing conflict due to its impact on regional stability and economic conditions. Both sides stressed that the security of the Gulf country is closely linked to Egypt's national security, and they agreed to continue coordinate to address regional challenges and supporting stability. After that, the Prince held a visit to Jeddah, where he met Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. During the talk, Sisi reaffirmed Egypt's support to Saudi Arabia in confronting regional challenges and stressed that the kingdom's security is inseparable from Egypt, and also he reviewed Egypt's effort to continue to contain escalation, including messages calling for immediate halt to attack and return to diplomatic solution aligned with international law. During the two visit talks addressed further regional development and the importance of continued consultation and coordination between Egypt and the Gulf country to restore stability. The two sides exchanged a greeting on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. President Sisi returned to Cairo the same day after including the two visits. These two visits to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia is very effective because President Sisi sent a message of the diplomatic solution of the war between Iran, Israel, and USA. And I think today USA sent a positive message about the Iran solution in order to stop this war, and Iran started to send a message directly to USA and Israel in order to take the right direction of negotiation and stop the war. Because at the end, the war will lead to more loss in the Arab area and will lead to more instability economically and politically in the GCC area. And I think the GCC will play a very vital and effective role in order to make a settlement of the situation and stop the war as soon as possible and take the right direction of diplomatic solution. Business Sisi asserted Egypt's complete support to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the face of regional challenge, adding that security of the kingdom and all other Gulf states is a part and parcel of Egypt's security. President Sisi praised the wide leadership of the constitution of the two King Salman and other crown princes, saying Egypt offers backing to all measures taken by the kingdom to protect its security, stability, and interests of its people. The head of the state also reviewed Egyptian efforts to stop the escalation, including the direct message conveyed to the Iranian side regarding the immediate ending of the attack and the need for return to the negotiation table in order to preserve the stability and sovereignty of the region, state, and its maintain the potential of its people in accordance to international law. So Egypt will lead the GCC country, especially Saudi Arabia and Bahrain and United Arab Emirates and Kuwait and Qatar, to accept the negotiation and make a pressure to Israel and to America and to Iran to stop the war and take the right direction of the diplomatic way in order to solve the problem. Also, President Sisi with the Bahraini kingdom of the Bahrain also insists that in Egypt and the Bahrain were working together in order to stop this war. President Sisi in the capital of Manama, where he was received by Kingdom of Bahrain, Ahmed bin Isa. President Sisi also held a meeting with the Bahrain Kingdom, Ahmed, that bilateral tie and regional development during the meeting is very effective to those countries. And the Sisi stressed the need to end the threat to navigation at the Hormuz Strait, and he also said that protection of maritime trade routes is assured international responsibility. President Sisi also stressed Egyptian keenness to both historical tie with Bahrain, and is that it's keen on supporting Egyptian-Bahrain mutual cooperation and coordination. So the very effective role of President Sisi in the meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and with Sheikh Isa in Bahrain will reflect directly to stop the war as soon as possible, because Egypt will play a very effective role in the coming period. And I think we will hope in the future peace conference in Sharm el-Sheikh like we do before with Gaza and Israel, and this is the peace forum will be held in Sharm el-Sheikh. We will invite President Trump and the Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel and the Minister and President of Iran and all the responsible persons and the key leaders of this peace in order to stop the war as soon as possible and take the right direction of the diplomatic way, because all the world is suffering from the very increase and the historical increase in the price of energy, especially oil and gas, and also stop of supply of oil and gas from all these three countries, which is Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Iran also at the same time to the world. It will make an international inflation rate and will make it a market depression, not only in this area, but in all over the world. Because of this, the key countries in the world, like United Arab Emirates and also UK and France and Russia and China and Japan, will send a positive message to President Trump: please stop the war and please open the Strait of Hormuz, because 20% of the petroleum sector will pass through Hormuz Strait, and instability of production of oil and gas from the GCC country and is stable in demand of the fuel and the energy sector to the world will lead to more inflation and will lead to the market depression, and prices of the oil and gas increased by more than 50% in the last 2 weeks, especially. So the wisdom of the key leader in the area, especially the wisdom of President Sisi, will send a message to President Trump, because President Sisi and President Trump have a wonderful relation, and also Egypt has a solid relation with Israel and solid relation with Iran, and this will delay and facilitate the process of the ending the war as soon as possible and opening the diplomatic way. Also, Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati make a lot of visits and make a lot of communication with the UAE country and with Iran country and with Israel country and US country in order to find a suitable solution in order to stop this war as soon as possible, because the stability in the GCC area was affected directly basically in the market and especially in the prices of the oil and the gas and the energy, and also stability will lead the GCC area and Arab area to more economic progress in the future.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed Kattab, what distinguishes the Egyptian diplomacy, especially through the activities of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, not just for today or the past couple of days, but throughout the war for the past 3 or 4 weeks? President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the efforts of Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati. How do you see those diplomatic and political efforts by the political leadership of Egypt being represented by His Excellency President al-Sisi and Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati to be de-escalating the tensions and to be ending the war as soon as possible?
Yes, today and every day, President Sisi and the Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati do a lot of visits, especially to GCC, key country in GCC area. And today in Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia is a dynamic country in the Middle East, and Saudi Arabia have a huge production of oil and gas. And Saudi Arabia also foreign direct investment in USA is a huge amount. So this is the President Sisi today in the meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman take a lot of decisions related to stability, not only in Saudi Arabia or in Egypt, but in the GCC area, on the Arab area, and the Middle East, and Egypt and Saudi Arabia will playing together as a one team in order to protect the national security of the whole Arab region, not only GCC or Egypt, but we try to protect the national security of the Arab region and all Arab country and all GCC country in the area. Because of this, the two leaders, the Sisi and the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, take a lot of decision, and this decision was reflected to the international community in order to make a pressure to President Trump and to Prime Minister Netanyahu and President of Iran to stop the war and to take the right direction and the right way of diplomatic. Because at the end, we will take the right direction and diplomatic direction and diplomatic way to stop this war and find a solution. Today, President Trump sent the message, Iranian people and Iranian leaders want to stop the war, but the negotiation and the agenda of stopping the war, that is the decision which will make during the visit with the key GCC countries like Saudi Arabia, like Bahrain, like Qatar and United Arab Emirates. So the agenda, we agree, the agenda and the point of negotiation will send it by President to President Trump in order to start negotiation as soon as possible. And all the international community today and the international world send the message to Iran and to Trump and to Prime Minister Netanyahu, please open the Strait of Hormuz, because the movement of trade, especially the energy sector, will affect the whole market in all over the world, and all the country in the Middle East and in Europe and Paris, France and UK aims to stability of the trade through the Hormuz Gate, and they need more stability in the production of oil and gas and the export of oil and gas from the GCC country to all over the world. Especially in this month, we have a very cold weather in Europe and in all Europe countries. At the end, also Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati, with cooperation with this Sisi, make a lot of international communication and Arab communication in order to make a pressure to President Trump and the Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Iranian President to stop this war and take the right direction of the diplomatic way. At the end, the war will stop. But if we stop this war nowadays, it's better to stop after 1 or 2 weeks, because the damage take place in Iran is a huge damage. All infrastructure in Iran will destroy it, and also the Iranian citizens to make a pressure to Iranian leaders in order to stop this war and accept the resolution with Saudi Arabia to support and with the resistance support in order to make a pressure to Iran and to Saudi Arabia and make a pressure in Iran and Israel and USA to stop the war and to stop the military action in this country and take the right direction of the peace process through the diplomatic way. And I hope that the peace will lead this negotiation as the key Arab country in the region and in the Middle East.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed Kattab, you have stated that the war will end. But in your opinion, how much time will it take to end, and what will be the role of Egypt in ending such a war?
Today, when I'm making interview with you, I'm seeing a lot of international TV and the national reports, and now President Trump starting from today to speak about Iranian people need to stop the war, but the condition of stop the war not clear yet. So the key leader of this country and the key leader of Iran, key leader of Israel, key leader of USA, and all the consultancy of the President Donald Trump working together today in order to make a agreed point to start a negotiation as soon as possible. But now, today, President Trump sent more positive message in America. They want to need to stop this war at least in the by maximum during the before the 2 weeks ended, because a lot of also appointed military points in Iran destroyed by the American Air Force and the Israeli Air Force, and the diplomatic way will take place, and
Yes.
protection of Hormuz Gate will
Yes.
be under the leadership
Yes,
and
Mr.
under the
Ahmed
regulation
Kattab,
of the international
Mr.
law,
Ahmed Kattab, the political analyst.
and America tries to protect
Thank you
both
very
sides.
much for being with us tonight on Nile TV International and this special edition. And moving on to Dr. Ahmed Ishaq.